Hi guys! So I just filmed my 4-week pregnancy vlog and I wanted to just go ahead right now and do the how we found out vlog because I really want to do one of those and I want to get this all recorded as soon as things happen because it's fine if I post later, but I'd rather record them and have them so that it's just all fresh in my mind and there's nothing that I'm leaving out or forgetting because it's sort of like a diary and you want to get it out there before you forget. So anyway, we found out on Friday. Today is Monday. Friday I was 3 weeks and 3 weeks and 6 days because the next day it was 4 weeks. So I had taken a test. Actually, I had taken my first test 4 days before that, which was because I was actually tracking my temperatures on an app, and it had told me that it was, I guess, the correct day to test. If it's too early, it's going to be negative, but it was within a reasonable time according to the app. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. If it's negative, I'll try again a few days later, but I'm gonna try. And so that was like the Sunday before. No, wait, the Monday before. And so I did that and it was negative, obviously, because it was way, way, way too early. And then the next day, the app decided to change things up on me and was like, oh, and it moved my little chart and it said, no, never mind. It was still 2 days early. So then I tried to get on Wednesday and it was negative. And at that point I thought, okay, well, first of all, I don't really trust anymore that this is early because you told me it was already timed 2 days earlier. So this could even be like right on time, and so there was a good chance that it was definitely a true negative. And so I had already kind of given up the first thing, the first time I did it, because I get to this point, like I get to the first week of waiting. There's like a 2-week wait. In the first week, I am just dying to test, and the whole time I'm like, yes, that's a symptom, that's that. And then the second week, I sort of get over it, which is weird because that's the week that I can actually test. But I mean, I was still like, okay, I'll do it. And then I didn't test on Thursday, and then on Friday I was like, well, okay, I'll take one more, and then I'll because every 2 days is, it should change. And so I thought, okay, I'll take one more. And so I took one, and there was like the faintest hint of a line on there. And I had like some weird things at an earlier test, actually the one on Monday, where it was sort of like there were 2 very thin lines, but they were almost like indented into the paper. So I wasn't sure if that was a thing, which now I know that it clearly was not. But at that time I was like, oh, maybe it's a thing, but I knew, it wasn't. But this was a colored line, and it was the same thickness as the control line, and but it was just really, 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 really faint. And so I didn't know what to make of it, and it only showed up after, quite a few minutes, like 5 minutes in, and it wasn't convincing. So I was holding it up to the light and I wasn't sure. So I ran into the bedroom. Steve was asleep, and I woke him up and I said, look at this test, and he was like, oh, and trying to open his eyes, and he couldn't, and because he was sleeping. And he finally looked at it and he said he saw it. So I started being hopeful, but I didn't want to just completely go with it because it was very faint. I'll add a picture of it. It was even harder to capture on camera. So you can see, like, you can see the line, like I could see a little bit, but it was a little bit more clear in person. It wasn't that crazy non-visible, but it was pretty, like, it was a squinter. So And the thing is, okay, I'm going to throw this in really quick. So I had recorded myself taking the test because, I mean, like, I did not like peeing the test as it runs across, because I was thinking, you know, if I get a positive, I want it to be, I want to show like how it goes, you know, and how it shows up and whatever else. And I mean, I wasn't sure if that was something I wanted to post or whatever. I just wanted, I thought I'd film it and just see what it did. And then if it was positive, then, you know, maybe later I'd want to put it in a video or keep it or have a memory of it or something. So I had filmed it, and I had filmed for 3 minutes because that's like when you should look at it, after 3 minutes. So I filmed for 3 minutes and there was no line. So the whole video, I'm just thinking it's negative. And then I turned the camera off and I watched it for a little bit longer because, you know, that's what you do. And then it showed up. So that's not very quality footage. So anyway, okay. So it's a very faint line, and I'll show you that. And then I thought, okay, I need to take an early response test because I was taking an 88-cent Walmart one, which I like those tests. I really do. But they are not as sensitive as the really early response ones. So I went and got the 2-pack of the expensive fancy tests that are like 6 days sooner. So I went and got that, and then I sat there and waited and held my pee for about 3 hours because they say that you want it concentrated. And I was like, well, if it is going to be positive, I want a real positive. I don't want to have a fake positive or like a super little positive that I can't really tell because that's going to drive me crazy. And so I just sat there and held my pee. And then I took it, and it was clear as day, positive. And so I immediately sent the picture to Steve because he was at work by then. And then I sent the picture to my friend because I had sent her a picture of the earlier one. And she had kind of known about the whole process. So it wasn't like a surprise to her. But I had shown her the one in the morning, the picture of it, because I needed more opinions as I was waiting for the longest 3 hours of my life. So I was talking to her like, do you see it? And she was like, well, I see something, but I don't know. And so then I sent her the picture of the real positive one and said, okay, I know you can see this one. So that happened. And then Steve and I went to lunch, and we just, like, I guess we just needed to get, you know, have some time together to let it all sink in, which I swear it still hasn't sunk in. But we went to lunch together and just talked about it, and we were thinking, you know, what do we do? Who do we tell? What do we, like, do we just start telling people, like, what is the normal thing to do? And we had kind of known that people wait. But then I thought, well, if something goes wrong, I want my mom to know anyway, because I would want her to be there and support me and all that stuff, because it would be really sad. So I decided we were going to go over to have dinner with my mom the next day anyway, so we thought we would tell her. So we were like, well, how can we tell her? That's fun. And so we went to Hallmark and we got a card that said, like, you're going to be grandparent on it. And we just put in an envelope, and we went the next day and we gave her it. We didn't say, we were like, here's a card for you. And she had no idea, but it was so funny. I wish I had filmed her response because she read it, and at first it just didn't sink in. I don't think she got it. I think she thought it was like something silly, or I don't know. She just didn't get it. And so she read it, and then she read the whole thing, the outside, which on the front it said you're going to be grandparent, and then the inside, and then she just looked at it for a minute, and then she was like, really? And she was so happy. It was great. So that's how it's been. And since then, I've just been checking every day. I've been taking a test every morning just to make sure it's still there and that it's progressing and not like fading away or disappearing or anything. So hopefully it will stay put, and we'll see. So anyway, I will see you guys again next week. You will see me again probably in minutes because I'm going to put all these up at once. So thanks for watching. Bye.
Oh my god. That's a line. That is definitely a line. Can't even. I'm shaking. Oh yeah, there it is. And this is real. This is real. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. That's 2 lines. That's 2. 1, 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. That's all. I'm gonna film this. I'm gonna go freak out at people.